Now, in front of you, you have a glass of wine that I made in 2015, and it's Pinot Noir, and it's a very new clone here in Oregon. It's an old new clone. By that I mean an acquaintance who was skiing in Switzerland in the 70s, I believe it was 76 or 77, came back and to catch his flight home from Paris, stopped in Burgundy and went to Clos Veugeot, where they were pruning, and asked them with all the pruning brush lying on the ground, what are you going to do with that? And they say, I can't remember what the word from French is for fire, but they said, we're going to burn it. And he said, can I have some? And they said, sure. And he took a few cuttings and stuffed them in his trench coat, and on his way home he dropped them off with me. And I'm very suspicious of this and very, wary, because grapevines without a pedigree have generally virus diseases in them, which is not good. So I grew them for a couple of years down by the Willamette River, where they got frosted every year, and I couldn't tell what they were doing. And then I took them and sent them to Davis, California, where there's a process that's called heat treatment, which rids the virus out of the vine. And the professor there, who was actually, he was a PhD in that field of grapevine diseases, and his name was Austin Goheen. And Austin and I had met him before, and we were pretty good buddies. And so he said, Dick, send the material down and check for $200, and we'll run it through our heat therapy program. And this is like in '78 or something like that, maybe '77. I'm not sure the year. Anyhow, time passes, and I'm busy building up my business, and then Austin retires, and the whole thing is off my radar screen. And I get a letter from the people at Davis in 2002 saying, "Dear Mr. Erath, your vines are ready." So I always thought it's a good thing that winemakers can live a while, because this is like 24 years later. I get 10 little vines shipped to me, plant them, and with 10 vines you can't do anything. So when they got big enough to we could get what we call budwood, and we could take buds off them and graft those onto other vines, we were able to get up to 138 vines. And with 138 vines, we made the first barrel of wine in 2012, and it was a knockout. And so we've been making it ever since, and it's catching on here. Many people are planting it now, and I think it's a wonderful expression of Pinot Noir. And it goes back to Clos Veugeot, is where the original material came from, and it was completely at a random selection. It was not, no one went out into the vineyard and said, this vine looks better than that vine. It's just like off the ground it came. And that's the story of the Clos Veugeot clone.